Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to cilinixfxcapital. Hope you're all doing great, and welcome to a new video here on XRP. And also, if you're new to the channel, we're just going to do a full analysis here regarding the fundamentals, regarding the technicals, and everything you need to know about XRP. As most of you know, I hope you all had a great weekend. Of course, yesterday was still quite volatile, especially in the evening with the Mantra crash. Also did a video on that. There was quite a bit, but also for XRP itself, we had quite a lot of volatility yesterday. I mean, in the early afternoon, XRP pushed here above that level at 2.17, reached 2.24 even. Almost 2.25, so a lot of a lot of strength in general, and also with a decent amount of volume. Since then, volume has dropped down a fair bit, and I think ultimately today is still going to be volatile relatively. During the US opening, I expect most of the volume to get back into the markets. Then the fundamentals right now are pressuring, like external factors pressuring the market. So we're talking about stocks, bond rates, and the volatility index, which you might say that doesn't matter for XRP. Unfortunately, it does. But those open relatively well, but we still have to see how they do during the US opening to really get a full picture of that. But ultimately, right now, the markets are fairly stable. And what I said yesterday, and that has been true to a certain extent, but what I said yesterday is that I expected XRP to pull back first into that value area low right here at 2.06. You can see the blue line, potentially also lower into the main high time frame support level right here around 1.95, 1.97, and that from there we would be able to find support, maybe get some sort of a fake out. I personally always love bearish fake outs because those are the ideal moments to buy a coin. So then I'm talking about something like this, right? So that we drop down below 1.95 and reclaim it. But what I said is that we'd pull back first, and then from there find support and get some more bullish momentum. And you can see we dropped slightly. I mean, we dropped into 2.08, but ultimately XRP has been holding up incredibly well. And yesterday I already said that I no longer expected, at least if the fundamentals remain relatively stable, of course, if we're going to get a major escalation in whatever geopolitical conflict in the world, then obviously filling this imbalance right here towards 1.85 is still on the table. But under the current circumstances, I don't expect that. And I think XRP in general is holding on incredibly well. So I still do think we're going to get that pullback, especially given the fact that I expect some fundamental volatility over the course of today, especially during the New York opening. But I'm getting more and more certain that, after filling those imbalances, I do think we'll be able to rally up higher here. We've also had some news articles and just in general fundamentals, or at least proposed fundamental news come out about Ripple that would be bullish. I personally do not believe that much from it, but ultimately what that does show is some sort of retail interest to get back into XRP. So, like I said, due to the, and by the way, earlier this morning, we also saw some XRP USDC contracts being bought up. Here you can see that. It's not major, but you can definitely see the open interest right here increase, which means order flow intensity is increasing, which again is a confirmation of volatility coming. Technically here, had a bit of a fake out, dropped down below the 200 EMA, so that's also another reason why I still expect that pullback. But like I said, I think the pullback will be shallow. And dropping down into 1.95, I do still think is a possibility, but under the current circumstances, it will be quick. We'll be able to reclaim 2.07, 2.06, and from there we'll be able to aim for that main resistance level at 2.3, and then afterwards 2.4 as well, hopefully. But that is something I'll keep you updated on. For now, I think that's what you need to know regarding Ripple today. So thank you for watching. Have a great week. Have a great Monday, and bye.